Hi, this is Told. Welcome. And today we're looking at, does Magic Arena prioritize one drops over seven drops? So I made this deck right here. It has 21 drops, 27 drops, and 20 lands. It was even split. So I wanted to see, um, you know, if we get more one drops, more of these, how does the land ratio work with the seven drops? And I kind of broke out. I wanted to make it nice and even math. So I did, um, you know, two of each creature, two of each artifact, two enchantments, two sorcery, two instants, and I did different spells for each of them. Um, I don't know why. I think it's just because these were in twos. So, like I don't have four Rexes or four Titans or four, these big bad boys of green. So even though some of them may have four, some of them may have three, I want to make them all twos, make it easy. And then I have one enchantment and one planeswalker, which we'll get into later. But yeah, I played some games. I played 7 games on ranked ladder to see if we drew any crazy numbers of one drops or seven drops, and the numbers came out to be, we had 32 lands that we drew in total, 31 one drops, 33 one drops, 33 seven drops. So we had almost an identical dead split. If we would have drawn one more card, we probably would have drawn that one more land. It would be my guess, but we didn't. So yeah, and then there was some interesting number data. The artifacts and the instant spells were we drew 9 of those, with the sorcerers following up behind that at 7. Enchantment at 5. And then the creatures at 5 as well. So we had a pretty even split, minus the, these are like 2-to-1 to those. So I think there is some validity to the type of cards. So that might be something we delve into in a future video. But I also noticed, like, between these two cards, I drew the sack way more than I drew the skull bomb, as far as the weight goes. And these two were probably similar. I would probably say maybe safekeeping was more than royal treatment. So I think like some of the cards are weighted versus the other card, versus the card types. For the creatures, such a small number is pretty even. I think maybe that, the thing is. So we might have to look at which cards are weighted more, but that would take a lot of testing, a lot of playing, a lot of losing, which I don't know if I'm ready to do yet. But I did notice that, so I think there might be some weighting issues on the cards. But as far as the cards in general, or maybe the type of card there's some weighting on, where you're going to draw more artifacts over an instance. And that probably could change season to season since, Ixalan has a lot of artifacts, so they might have prioritized, hey, let's give you a lot of these cards and less of those. The one thing I did track was these, the World Spell and Nissa, along with the creatures. And I did find that, comparably, we drew 7 Nissas out of 20 creatures, or out of 33 cards, rather. Which I don't know what that is. 21%? right? So we had a 21% chance to draw Nissa if we're, as far as the big cards. So I think there's a definite something going on with the Nissa because there were 2 games in a row where I had it in the starting hand. So I don't know if that was Magic trying to screw me over to force me to lose or what, but we drew Nissa more almost in every game. There were 2 games we didn't draw Nissa, so 2 out of the 7 games we had no Nissa. 2 out of the 7 games we had both Nissas, and the other 3 games we had 1 Nissa that we drew. Where like the other cards, you may not see them, might see them, might not. There was definitely not that big of a thing. So that did stick out. So I think there is some weighting there. I don't know if planeswalkers are weighted higher than creatures, but that was pretty amazing to me. That's the only findings that I have, and probably need to look at the some more of the card types going forward. But yeah, that's just a little quick thing I wanted to share with you. I did some research and trying to see, take a look if the arena is doing some weird and wacky stuff with the card drops, but it looks like it's on the up and up, minus the drawing certain cards. So we'll have to delve deeper into that in the future. I have to think about how to try to track those metrics and try to figure it out, right? But this has been Told. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.